When you've got a YouTube channel pulling in millions of views, you'd think everyone would want to stick around for the ride. But Matt's off-road recovery has been bleeding cast members like a Jeep leaking oil in the desert. Randy disappeared, Lizzie vanished, Trevor and Skeeter bounced, even Matt's own son Rudy bailed on the family business. But when Tom Maddock walked away in late 2023, fans knew something deeper was going on. This wasn't just any crew member. Tom had been Matt's best friend since 1995, the brains behind every custom rig, the guy who literally built the channel from nothing. So, what made him leave? Most people watching Matt's off-road recovery see the exciting recoveries and the charismatic personalities. But Tom Maddock? He was operating on a completely different level. This guy wasn't your typical gearhead who learned welding from YouTube tutorials. Tom earned a master's degree in physics, then went back and got another degree in nuclear engineering. For 16 years, he worked at the Idaho National Laboratory as an engineer, designing components in hot cells and participating in massive research projects involving radiation and advanced test reactors. Eventually, he became a project manager handling equipment installation for nuclear facilities. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite this incredibly successful career in one of the most complex fields imaginable, Tom threw it all away to move from Idaho to Utah and work with his childhood friend, Matt. The two had known each other since 1995, and Matt had been using Tom as a sounding board for his ideas for nearly 3 decades. Tom's fabrication skills were impeccable. He was an AWS certified welder with expertise in 2D and 3D CAD design, a Six Sigma Green Belt, and a PMP certified project manager. The dude could literally do everything, and he proved it. Tom had a hand in building all 3 of Matt's primary recovery rigs, the iconic Yellow Banana, the MORR, and the Heavy Wrecker. He even helped recover the Golden Nugget off Ed's gold claim in California. Oh, and apparently, he's an accomplished cook too. This wasn't just some employee. Tom was the foundation. Here's something most fans don't realize. When Matt started his YouTube channel, he didn't have some production company or media team helping him figure it out. He had Tom. Tom Maddock was instrumental in setting up the entire YouTube operation from the ground up. Think about that for a second. A nuclear engineer with decades of experience chose to help his buddy film stuck Jeeps in the Utah desert instead of continuing his 6-figure career in one of the most prestigious laboratories in the country. Tom's technical expertise became the secret weapon that separated Matt's channel from every other recovery operation trying to make it on YouTube. While other channels were using basic equipment and standard techniques, Tom was engineering custom solutions that nobody else had even thought of. The Banana wasn't just modified, it was completely rebuilt with Tom's expertise. The MORR, that wild Corvair-based recovery rig, was a testament to Tom's ability to fabricable and create something entirely unique. And the Heavy Wrecker, that massive custom-built beast with a cab from a 1956 International Harvester fire truck. Tom's fingerprints were all over it, but it wasn't just about building cool rigs. Tom understood the science behind recovery operations in ways that made the entire channel better. His background in physics and engineering meant he could calculate loads, understand material stress, and design solutions that were both effective and safe. When you watched those early videos and saw Matt pulling off seemingly impossible recoveries, Tom's engineering brain was working behind the scenes, making it all possible. The channel's success wasn't just Matt's charisma, it was Tom's genius. If you've been following Matt's off-road recovery for a while, you've probably noticed something weird. Popular cast members keep disappearing. And we're not talking about people who appeared in a few episodes. We're talking about core team members, fan favorites, people who seemed like they'd be there forever. Randy was one of the first to go. In March 2021, he stopped working for MORR and started his own channel, All Terrain Randy. Fans knew him for his infectious smile and contagious laugh. Then came the double hit in late 2022. Trevor, the cameraman known for his active filming style and epic falls while running alongside vehicles, left to pursue other opportunities. Around the same time, Skeeter moved to Texas for a job in the oil fields. Matt addressed it in a video, saying they left on good terms. But fans weren't buying the coincidence. Tucker, the video editor who'd become a beloved personality, vanished in 2023. Then Lizzie, the fan favorite who'd been learning the recovery business and had an easygoing personality that everyone loved, left in 2023 after getting married. She moved to ranch on her husband's family farm. But here's the real kicker. Rudy, Matt's own son, left in 2022 to start his own channel, Rudy's Adventure and Design. When your own kid leaves the family business to do his own thing, that says something. Rudy admitted in interviews that his father's tight schedules and deadlines were suffocating his creativity. He wanted to work on his own projects without worrying about Matt's content calendar. The pattern was undeniable. Something was pushing people away. Late 2023 hit differently. When Tom Maddock's appearances on Matt's off-road recovery started becoming less frequent, fans immediately noticed. This wasn't like the others. Tom wasn't just another cast member. He was Matt's oldest friend, the technical backbone of the entire operation, the guy who'd sacrificed a prestigious career to be part of this adventure. The speculation went wild. Was there a falling out? Did the friendship that had lasted nearly 30 years finally crack under the pressure of YouTube fame and business stress? Had creative differences finally become too much? Tom had always been more methodical and technical in his approach, while Matt was impulsive and liked to wing it. Maybe after years of working together in a high-pressure environment, those differences became irreconcilable. But Tom didn't leave his fans completely in the dark. He made his own YouTube video addressing the departure, though details about exactly what he said remain somewhat vague in public discussions. What we do know is that Tom claimed the split was amicable. He stated that he and Matt were still friends and that his decision to leave was about focusing on his own business, Tom's shop. The timing, though, suspicious. Coming right after this massive wave of departures, Tom's exit felt less like a planned career move and more like the final straw in whatever was happening behind the scenes. He launched Tom's shop as his own YouTube channel, focusing on fabrication projects and his own builds. His Instagram presence grew to over 26,000 followers. Tom was building his own empire, separate from Matt's shadow. According to Tom, everything was simple. He wanted to pursue his own fabrication projects without the constraints of working for someone else's channel. He'd started Tom's shop to showcase his welding skills and build projects that interested him, not just what the MORR content calendar demanded. His social media describes it as welding, fabricating, off-roading, and some other random stuff. Clean, simple, professional. Tom maintains that he and Matt are still friends. He's been spotted at some MORR-related events and hasn't said anything negative about Matt or the channel publicly. On paper, it's the perfect amicable split. Two friends who worked together, then one decided to branch out and do his own thing. Business relationships end all the time, right? But here's where the official story starts feeling a bit thin. Tom didn't just leave a job. He left a career he'd invested years building. He moved from Idaho to Utah specifically to work with Matt. He helped create the entire YouTube operation from scratch. You don't walk away from that level of investment just because you want to weld on your own schedule, and the pattern makes it even harder to believe. When one or two people leave, sure, it's just normal turnover, but when you've got Randy, Lizzie, Rudy, Trevor, Skeeter, Tucker, and Tom all leaving within a span of a few years, that's not coincidence. That's a symptom of something systemic. Whether it's creative control issues, money disputes, personality conflicts, or the changing dynamics that come with sudden fame, something was driving people away. Tom was just the most significant loss in a long line of exits. The comment sections tell a different story than the official statements. Fans aren't stupid. They've watched enough episodes to see the dynamics, read between the lines, and notice when things feel off. The speculation ranges from reasonable business disagreements to full-blown conspiracy theories. Some fans point to the tight production schedules. As the channel grew, so did the pressure to constantly produce content. Multiple videos per week meant constant recoveries, constant filming, constant editing. For someone like Tom, who had a methodical engineering background, that kind of rushed environment might have felt like creative chaos. Rudy basically confirmed this When he talked about hating his dad's deadlines, others suggest it's about money. When a channel starts pulling in serious revenue, suddenly everyone wants their fair share. Were people being compensated properly for their contributions? Was Matt keeping too much of the pie? Nobody's talking about it publicly, but money ruins friendships faster than anything else. There's also the fame factor. Matt became the face of the channel, the personality everyone recognized. But people like Tom, who did the actual technical work that made everything possible, stayed in the background. Maybe after years of building incredible machines and solving impossible problems, only to watch someone else get all the credit, Tom decided he deserved his own spotlight. And then there's the simplest explanation that nobody wants to admit. Maybe working with your best friend sounds great until you actually do it. The pressure of mixing business with decades-old friendship could have slowly eroded what made their relationship work in the first place. YouTube fame has destroyed plenty of friendships. While everyone focuses on why people are leaving, there's another angle that deserves attention. Matt's off-road recovery hasn't exactly been controversy-free, and that background noise might explain why talented people are choosing to distance themselves. In 2021, Matt Wetzel faced insurance fraud charges. According to court documents, his company, Winder Towing, allegedly filed numerous claims containing material misrepresentations to AIA between January 2019 and August 2020. Investigators discovered that AIA paid over $15,000 for claims involving off-road vehicle recoveries, which AIA's policy explicitly doesn't cover. One case involved a Polaris RZR from Sand Hollow State Park. The claim said they'd towed a truck, but video evidence showed them hauling the RZR. Matt admitted the claims were problematic, but defended them as fair compensation for services rendered. Then, there's the recovery technique controversy. A tragic incident occurred where someone died during a vehicle recovery, and witnesses stated the participants were trying to replicate techniques they'd seen on Matt's off-road recovery videos. The deceased man's wife confirmed they'd been discussing MORR methods before attempting the recovery. While Matt wasn't directly involved, having your channel linked to someone's death creates uncomfortable associations. As the channel exploded in popularity, these controversies didn't go away. They lingered in the background, occasionally resurfacing in comment sections and forum discussions. For someone like Tom, with a professional engineering background and a reputation built on safety and precision, being associated with insurance fraud allegations and questionable recovery techniques might have become increasingly uncomfortable. Sometimes leaving isn't about the friend, it's about protecting your own name. So what's the real reason Tom Maddock left Matt's off-road recovery? If you're waiting for some dramatic revelation or explosive fallout, you're probably going to be disappointed. The truth is likely much more mundane and complicated than any single explanation. Tom's out there now, running Tom's shop, building his own projects, and finally getting recognition for his fabrication skills. His YouTube channel and social media presence are growing. He's doing what he loves without answering to production schedules or content demands. In that sense, maybe his official explanation is actually true. Maybe he really did just want to focus on his own thing, but the pattern surrounding his departure can't be ignored. When a channel loses this many beloved cast members in such a short time, it signals something deeper than individual career choices. Whether it's the pressure of constant content creation, disputes over money and credit, the strain of mixing business with personal relationships, or discomfort with controversies surrounding the channel, something about Matt's off-road recovery's internal culture is pushing people out. Tom and Matt might still be friends. They might grab drinks and laugh about old times, but their working relationship is over, and given everything that's happened, it's hard to imagine Tom ever coming back. The real question isn't why Tom left. It's whether Matt's off-road recovery can stop the exodus, or if we'll keep watching talented people walk away from what should have been their dream job. Only time will tell if this was just growing pains or the beginning of something bigger falling apart.